If you're financially responsible, raising your credit limit can help raise your credit score and provide you added financial flexibility. Today, we're going to cover the benefits of raising your credit limit and then walk through step-by-step how to raise your credit limit so that you can take full advantage of the benefits of having this higher limit. And really quickly, before we dive into how to raise your credit limit, we need to talk about if you're someone that should be requesting a higher limit in the first place. For those that don't know, a higher credit limit enables you to borrow more money at a given time from a credit card company. And because according to Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility, you certainly need to know if this power would hurt you or help you. If you're someone that's highly responsible with credit cards and pay them off in full, on time, every month, then requesting an increase to your credit limit is probably something that could benefit you. If you're someone that struggles to pay your credit card bills, has any credit card debt whatsoever, or recently took a pay decrease, chances are you should not consider increasing your credit limit at this time. This is because it might encourage you to borrow more money than you can pay back, which can send you into credit card debt, which is some of the worst debt out there. So given your unique situation, certainly do your research if you think this is right for you. But for the rest of this video, we're going to be focusing on those that can responsibly handle a credit limit increase. Okay, with that out of the way, let's cover the benefits of increasing your credit limit. And then we'll discuss the different ways you can actually do this. The first major benefit to increasing your credit limit is that it can actually increase your credit score. This is because one of the key components that make up your credit score is a concept known as your credit utilization rate. Since your credit utilization rate is the second most important part of your credit score, optimizing this number can be important. Basically, your credit utilization rate is a number that summarizes how much you spend relative to how much you're allowed to spend. Because responsible credit card users should never be spending near their credit limit, it's recommended that you keep your credit utilization rate below 30%. Calculating your credit utilization rate is easy, and all you need to do is add up the total balances you owe across all your credit accounts and divide it by the total amount that you're allowed to borrow. So for example, let's say you have 3 credit cards where you owe $500 on each card. To keep it simple, let's say each of your credit cards has a credit limit of $5,000. So in total, you have $1,500 that you need to pay off on these credit cards out of a total limit of $15,000. So dividing 1,500 by 15,000, you get 0.1 or 10%, which is well below the 30% best practice threshold. So how does having a higher credit utilization rate affect this? Well, in this example, let's say that you requested a credit limit increase on one of your cards, and they increased your credit limit to $15,000. Now your total credit limit is $25,000. Assuming that you're keeping your spending the same, your $1,500 in spend is now divided by your new credit limit, lowering your credit utilization rate to 6%. And when the credit agencies see you with this lower credit utilization rate, they can slowly start to increase your credit score. The second major benefit of having a higher credit limit is it enables you to have more credit available to you in case you need it. While the last example proved the benefit of staying well below your credit limit, it sometimes can be nice to have that higher credit limit available. Say for example, you're booking a vacation with friends and volunteer to use your credit card to book the lodging. Since you know your friends are paying you back for their share, you know this big expense isn't actually going to set you back as much as it looks like it on your credit card statement. But your credit card company doesn't know that. And if you had a lower credit limit, this large purchase might push you close to your credit limit, which could impact your credit score. Or worse, if the lodging was over your credit limit, it could prevent you from being able to book the accommodation in the first place. Since you don't want to jeopardize your credit score for a vacation and certainly don't want your friends mad at you when they discover their housing fell through, raising your credit limit could be useful here. Some people also have peace of mind knowing that they have this higher credit limit available in the case of an emergency. And while this might be nice to have, it shouldn't be the primary reason for requesting a credit increase. This is because you should never plan to use your full credit limit, even in an emergency situation. So don't use this as a substantial safety net in hard times. Okay, so now that we've covered who should consider getting a credit limit increase and the benefits of getting one, let's walk through step by step the process of receiving a credit limit increase. The first way to apply for a credit limit increase can be done online. And if you log into your credit card company's website or use their app, chances are you can navigate to a page that will allow you to request a credit limit increase. When you do this, it's very likely that your credit card provider will ask you to update some of your information so they can make an accurate assessment if you should receive the credit limit increase, and if so, how much they're willing to increase it by. Oftentimes they'll take a look at your income levels, so if you recently received a raise or acquired a secondary stream of income, this can be a great time to consider applying for a credit increase. This is because the credit card companies sees this higher income as an indicator of greater financial security, and they're more comfortable taking the risk to give you access to more credit. It's important to note that some credit card issuers may initiate a hard credit check when you request a credit limit increase. This isn't always the case and varies by the individual and the company. Some companies like Capital One state that they will will never initiate a hard credit inquiry when you request a limit to learn if they use hard inquiries in this assessment. The second way you can request a credit limit increase is by calling the telephone number on the back of your credit card. When you get through to an agent, you can simply tell them that you'd like to request a credit limit increase on your card. They'll most likely ask you a few questions around why you're requesting this increase and ask you a few follow-up questions around your personal info and up-to-date income. Some people prefer this route, as by talking to an agent, you can share a bit more information over the phone than you can by simply submitting a form online. This also allows you to confirm with a representative that no hard inquiry will be pulled as part of this process, which will ensure your immediate credit score is not negatively impacted by this. The third way you can receive a credit increase is by holding a credit card that automatically grants credit limit increases for good behavior. Some credit card issuers will automatically increase your credit limit or signal you to apply for a credit limit increase when they observe healthy credit behavior on your account. This typically happens after you've built up a strong history of paying off your credit card in full each month and have developed a lengthy history with that credit card provider. Oftentimes, it can take 6 to 12 months of history for these credit card companies to begin to send out these notifications or to automatically increase your limit. The fourth way you can increase your credit limit is to actually open up a new credit card. When you open up a new credit card, you'll be assigned a new credit limit for that card. This new credit amount is in addition to any existing credit limits you have on other accounts, so this can be a nice way to decrease that credit utilization number. However, it's important to note that you really need to assess your situation honestly to determine if it makes sense for you to take on a new credit card. If you're looking to learn more about the best 5 beginner credit cards you can open right now, I'll have a video linked up here which covers this in great detail. It's also important to note that sometimes opening up a new credit card can lead to a hard inquiry, which could potentially lower your credit score. Additionally, having an extra credit card increases your responsibility to ensure that the new card is paid in full and on time each month. So make sure you're ready for this added responsibility if you do go this route. Please let me know in the comments below if you plan to request a credit increase in the near future, or if you have any other questions around credit limit increases that you'd like me to answer. If you found this video useful, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more personal finance content in the future. Thank you all so much for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.